Welcome, maybe the best day of the NBA, Thursday night, and we're happy you could be here with us. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Looking at the last game for the Orlando Magic, it was a win against the New York Knicks. And boy, they got by the skin of their teeth there, winning by 1 point. That was a battle.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
A look at the Magic starting group. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Wendell Carter is out there with Isaac. And it's Okeke in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Ross. Offline with his 3. Here's Poole. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Well, we've seen a lot of workload adjustments for the top players in the past few years, Clark, especially when it's this early in the season.
Yeah, I think it's helpful. I'm not a huge proponent of just randomly picking games for guys to sit out, but I do understand managing minutes for everybody, especially guys that are going to carry a heavy load for you during the season.
Here's Poole. Markelle Fultz making his last shot, and Poole gets it to go.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Isaac outside. A second chance effort, and Carter lays it up and in.
Bully ball at its finest there. Carter Jr. brings a physical presence to this team.
Here's Poole. They get it back. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. That one's not going to go. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Orlando Magic. Tipped away. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at the Rockets. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
You know, right now for Montreal, give them credit. They've stuck to their plan here early on, playing their brand of basketball. They're showing everyone they have the potential to be even better.
Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Montreal. Fultz with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. Poked loose.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. And take a look at the Magic. Lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season.
And right now for the Magic, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
Here's what Montreal's going with right now. Roby's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Danny Green. Anthony's checked in for Orlando. So for Montreal, Brissett's checked in, and it's Frank Jackson in for Dinwiddie. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Poirier's checked in. Mohamed Bamba comes in for Isaac. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And Hampton subbed in for Markelle Fultz. Offensive rebound, Poirier, and it's blocked. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. Brissett passes to Jackson. Lets the 3 fly. Nailed from three-point land.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
The Magic trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Trains the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom. It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Bamba. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Now Montreal moving it up. Yes, that goes in. Jackson's got 5.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Anthony with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And yes, it's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And that one's good. Brooks.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Hampton with the ball. They get the rebound.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Montreal leads by 4. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Montreal.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Jackson is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Brooks. And it's Brissett in at the power forward. And for the Magic, they've got Bamba. Hampton out there with Anthony. Then there's Harris. And it's Poirier in at the center, locking down the middle.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
And Montreal making a change here. Poole's checked in. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Now here is Harris inside. That one's good, and the Montreal lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Carter.
Boy, nice work by Harris that time. He's trying to find the best shot for his team, not necessarily for himself there.
Here's Brissett. Here's Rondo. Good on the triple.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Magic.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show.
And here is Anthony. Rajon Rondo getting it to go from deep. Back to Anthony to end the run. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Anthony's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
Ross is checked in for the Magic. Fultz comes in for Anthony. Outside, Green fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Green's got the lead up to 11 now for Montreal.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Carter dishes to Ross. And stolen by Jang. Now Montreal moving it up. Here's Poole. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Kept alive. Passes it to Okeke. Now here's Fultz. 5 on the clock. Here's Ross. Rebound by Jang.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Okiki. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet, and they pick up 2.
You know, the defense has to be better. I mean, you can't give up that look.
And Zhang kicks to Green. And another 3 for Montreal.
Well, they're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Fultz the pass to Okiki. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Fultz. Softly drops in the floater. Fultz has got his second bucket.
And, you know, Fultz has great control on these floaters. Not an easy shot, but he makes it look easy.
Scooped up. Pass to Ilyasova. Here's the 3. Buries it from three-point range. Here's Ross. That one wide left. And so it's Montreal feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And more than anything, their three-point shooting is what sparked them. A fantastic night from long range so far. Back right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the well for Montreal. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
Well, they took this lead and
And that's going to do it for us here.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Green is out there with Ilyasova. Then it's Gorgie Dan, and it's Poole in at the 2 guard. And for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Isaac out there with Carter. And it's Okiki in at the 3. To the middle, here's Okiki. Green with the block.
Excellent defender is Danny Green. He's instinctual, and he's got great court awareness defensively.
That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
So for Montreal, Roby's checked in, and Brooks subbed in for Green. Brooks with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Harris. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Can they get it? And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Tell you what, that stroke of Harris's is poetry in motion, a smooth shooter who feels like he can knock it down from anywhere.
Brooks misses.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Carter. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Carter's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Orlando with the ball. Anthony, the pass to Isaac. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Montreal leading by 23. Dinwiddie outside. And another 3 for Montreal.
Timeout. All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
So for Montreal, Brissett's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Dinwiddie. Now here's Anthony. To the paint. Here's Poirier. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. Boy, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Anthony against Rondo. Poirier passes to Anthony. Outside Turner. To the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Hampton misses. And here's Montreal. They're on a 17-6 run. Brooks. Turner with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Floats one. Anthony's shot is off. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Here's Hampton. Lays it up and banks it in. Hampton's got 5 points so far.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
And here's Brooks from outside. The shot, no good. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Montreal ahead, running away with this one. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. They've got Marjanovic. Rajon Rondo is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Brissett in the power forward position. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Montreal.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
A lot of big decisions have fallen on Adam Silver's shoulders, the commissioner of the NBA. And Greg, I think you and I agree by all accounts he has succeeded with flying colors. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No doubt about it. I mean, I don't know that you could have had a better person for the times. Adam Silver is to be commended, but I think also appreciated, not just from the players and the owners, but I think our fans should also appreciate who he is as a person. I've often said that commissioners typically work for the owners. He's the one commissioner, no matter the sport, that I've always felt like was a partner of the players as well.
The pass to House. Fires for 3. Here's Marjanovic. He kicks it to House. There's the 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Outside, House drills the three-pointer.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
And he just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Wasted no time on that one. Marjanovic has got his first 3 points of the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
There's Bacon. Another shot. He can't get that one, and it's Montreal the other way. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Covered by Bamba. And now Orlando on the break.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
Caldwell Pope for three. And another three for Montreal.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Here's Poirier. Pass to Bacon. This one for three. That shot, no good. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
And another shot. It's House outside. But they'll get another chance.
And that long rebound just falls right back into their hands. That'll reset the shot clock. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Montreal.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
When it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game one has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Ilyasova can't hit. Here's Orlando now, and here's the fast break. Finishes the break with a slam.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Randall left side. So we see Montreal get the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like one